Hey everybody, Aaron here, and this is another anime review, but today's a surprise attack review, and we're looking at my teen romantic comedy SNAFU 2. So essentially it's like season 2, but they want to be cute and have two like more. Now, I reviewed the first part and I really liked the show. I thought the show was really well done. I thought that everything that was in it, was very kind of pressing at times. I thought the art could have used a little bit more, I want to say oomph, because I really didn't dig the character design too much, but I liked the show overall. I loved what it had going for it in terms of it being a different type of show. When I started up season 2 of this, I was actually blown away that the art style had changed so much because another company had taken over my teen romantic comedy. So you actually have a whole new art style, and it's reflective even in the flashbacks. Like when they have flashback episodes going back to the first season, they actually redid those and just made them look like flashbacks, but they redid them so the actual art style reflect the new art style. And I'll tell you, with a little bit of art style difference, the show really changed a lot. I think it for the better, by the mind you, it really did get a lot better. So let's talk about this without spoiling too much. It's not really, no matter how I say it, it's gonna spoil a little bit. So if you haven't seen the first season and you're now just watching the second season, or you haven't started the second season yet, it's not a big deal. But if you haven't watched either, even the beginning of my review for it, or the actual first season at all, note that this is a sequel, so it's gonna be unavoidable to kind of ruin a little bit here and there. But it's not, like I said, it's not really that much spoilers. I could actually do this without spoiling too much, so I'm not too worried. So my teen romantic comedy SNAFU 2 takes place directly after where the first season left off, where the whole gang is still together doing the kind of volunteers club aspect where they're helping other people out and trying to help them with their problems. But what you get from this is that things have been kind of on tension ever since Hiki did the stuff that he did toward the end of the first season, which is, this is the spoiler part, his actions towards helping them with the final event, the sporting event. His actions both impressed people but also made new enemies, and it also made people really tie their bonds close to him, and that's something that you have to take remembrance of, because it's going to be the main focal point of the show as you go on. Now, the one thing I'll tell you right now is, because I said it already and I'll say it again, the art style changed so dramatically that I have to say that right away you're going to notice a big difference in facial movements and the way characters interact with one another. It's going to look very different. It's going to be a little jarring at first, because honestly, I just jumped from the first season, which everyone had very kind of, I don't want to say generic or not well done look to them, but their look compared to now is like night and day. So like, think of it like this: you have, if the art style for the last season was like a, we'll say a B minus, this is a B plus. It still has a little bit genericness to the certain characters, but overall looks a lot better. And I think uh, Higama is actually the better, like, updated version character. Yukino is second place, and then Yui is third. But he really took the cake when they changed his animation, they changed his hairstyle, everything else. It looks so much better that you can actually almost convey his feelings a lot more, and you see the feelings that he has when he's like angry or upset a lot easier, which is something that's remarkable. I was talking to my friend about this, that it goes to show you how just upping the ante a little bit, upping the money value, which I'm going to talk about in one of my reviews coming up, really does change the flow of the show. Now, unlike season one, which was kind of more of a disjointed amount of episodes, like I want to say it was more so to introduce what characters were like and introduce all the characters. Season two has more of a focus. You know, it's not going to be a whole bunch of issues solved by the Volunteers Club this time around. It's actually going to be maybe three in total for the whole 13 episodes. But those three are going to go into multiple arcs, I want to say, and actually have characters building relationships now toward the end goal for the show. Now, when you get to the end of the show, however, there's some issues that I have, and that's not because it's done poorly, but it leaves you at a very big cliffhanger moment. And from what I hear, there's going to be a third season in this, from what I hear, but also I hear on the grapevine that it might not happen at all. So it's a big, up in the air concept. Will they do a second season, third season? We don't know yet. I would be okay with an OVA, in honest truth. I think doing an OVA like of the last 3 or 4 episodes would be really good. But at the same time, I think having another season draw out everything that was left to grabs at this season really would be awesome. Me personally, I think that would be awesome. Now, besides the art animation changing and besides the story changing a little bit here and there, I feel like my teen romantic comedy SNAFU 2 actually has, because of its more focused range, it actually has a more impactful story, and so that's why I'm going to say that right away. This is going to be a lot higher on the scale of the last one. I'm going to actually grade this a lot higher, which is going to surprise you, I think. But it still has a depressing tone to it, where stuff happens and you feel bad, and it really does hit you in the heart, especially if you're not a really popular person in school, or if you've been to school and you were never really that popular, or you were one of those people that sacrificed their own happiness to help others. It's gonna hit you hard, and it's still gonna happen. And now I think it's gonna hit you a little harder because this season really deals with that a lot stronger than the first season did, ironically, which is amazing to me. But you're really gonna feel for Hiki. You're gonna see his character grow, and I'll tell you right now, I've very rarely seen a main character grow so much in the course of a second season. I don't think I've ever watched a second season of the show and went, oh, okay, this guy changed completely. Like, we'll take a comparison sort of on the line. Season 2, Kiritos is still the same character. He's a little bit older and mature, a little bit, but it's not that much dramatic change. For example, you have Hiki over here, who actually goes from still a loner character at the beginning to kind of more of not outcast, but more of a socially not awkward person anymore. He's actually now inept enough that he can deal with people, and he can also deal with people using different means. And that's going to be one of the main focal points of the show, is going to be him changing the way he helps people, because right now it's going to cause some friction very early on in this season with him using his old style of helping people, because it's just going to get to a point that the people that care about him, quote unquote, the volunteers club and family, are going to get pissed off that he's still doing that, and he's still relying on kind of hurting himself to help everyone else. But I'll tell you guys right now, I'm serious. Animation's better. The voice acting's still very good. I loved it. It's still the same people that did the original season. The music's a lot better. I think the overall kind of storytelling is better. I actually think this is a huge improvement. And it's ironic that I'm saying this, but it's very rare that like a sequel or even season 2 ever really fully improves on issues from the first season. And I think by having a different direction for this one really really improves this one a lot more. So if I had to review it A through F, I have to give it a solid A minus. This show is a lot better. It really is. This for me would be really high up in my top of shows, because it's it wouldn't be in my top 100, mind you, but it'd be in my top like 200, because it's a show that it showed so much growth, but also I just think that the way they did everything really kind of melds better with the show than from the first season. That's just me personally, though. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this review. Please like, comment, subscribe. I hope you guys enjoying the intro and outro. I'm telling you this, guys, right now, because I build a backlog of all my reviews. If you're new to my channel, that's how I do a lot of my reviews. I might say I don't have an outro in my other reviews, but what I did was, once I finished the outro, I put them in every single review coming forth. So I apologize for that if you're confused, like, wait, he says he doesn't have an outro, but he does have an outro. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it. And as always, guys, until our paths cross again in the next review, have a good one, everyone. Bye.